Yeah.
Yeah.
Your English is very good.
Thank you.
Your parents American or?
What's that?
Your English is very good. Are one of your parents American? No.
Both are Israelis, and I learned it through Tupac and Nas and hip hop, 90s hip hop.
One other question. Are you going to return to Israel to live?
Great question. I want to say yes. I want to believe that this would be the final step. I don't know what I learned over this journey and over life is that people make plans and God laughs. So I don't know, but this is my intention of going back eventually to Israel and obviously spend some time here, but have my base in Israel. Other questions? Yeah.
So,
You mentioned,
Yeah.
you mentioned talking to like non-Jewish communities. I'm curious, like, did you meet anybody who's so anti-Semitic, or neo-Nazis, or anybody like so extreme that you managed to kind of convince them or show them or change their mind?
I'll give you a disclaimer, and I hope Danielle would stay with me, but I fell in love with a Muslim girl in Chicago before I met her. And she's a BDS advocate, and she's on the very far left side of the political map. And again, like I said, it's all about human connection. And suddenly when you speak with them, because I've never met a BDS supporter or someone who's, and suddenly when you speak with them and you understand their perspective and how they see, she's more human rights, even though she doesn't have the facts right, or she doesn't see reality as we do. She's a human being. And so I think that after her meeting me, she also saw the same way, because it's very easy to title, it's like, oh, he's Israeli, he was an IDF soldier and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, we're human beings. But so I didn't feel like, I don't know, someone wanted to kick me out. Yeah.
So in terms of practical things, after this talk is over, what do you want people to be left with and to do when they go back home, and what kind of things they could be empowered to do on their own after this talk?
Thank you, Rabbi, for the question, and I think Jacob has prepared this question for himself, so I'm happy that you brought it up. The thing that I want everyone here to go home and do is, first of all, think about yourself. What are you interested in? What fields interest you? Is it marketing? Is it music? Is it something that is not even relevant into technology? Find the link that interests you with Israel, and then see how you can use this information in order to empower others, in order to help your community. Because most of the time, we surround ourselves with people who are like-minded, people who have the same interest as we do. And if we'll be able to just work in our, close circles and help people with their lives, of having someone who wants to start a new business and he wants to have a free website, so you say, oh, there's Wix, or having someone who likes music and you tell them about Neda and her winning the Eurovision and you should hear the song. And have people know Israel through how you see it and by you helping them with their lives. That's what I want people to know, that you don't need to go and you don't need to go and buy an RV and leave your apartment and go on a whole 50-state journey in order to be a good ambassador. You can do it locally within your community. Find the Israeli link and help people around you. Thank you for your question. Yeah.
So some people say you learn more from failure than from success. So you had a website, you had an app in Israel that essentially failed, from what I understood that you said. But can you give us 2 things you learned from that? What big mistakes that you made, so people here that are entrepreneurs that are ever in situations like this, teach us something that you learned?
Great question. I can give technical aspects of how to do better evaluation of a startup at an early stage, but those aren't things that are applicable for everyone. One thing that is definitely applicable to whatever venture that you're doing is find the right partners. And I think that this is the key for success. and make sure that your partners are coming from different industries or with different tool sets from you. So that way you'll have a whole 360 inside the small group and not just 3 marketing people or 3 developers, because you need a CEO, you need a marketing person, and you need someone with strong technical skills. So you need this whole 3. And second thing is, it's again, it touches that, but that make sure that you do something that you're not doing it only for the money, but it gives you, fulfillment, and you're doing something that is really helping and contributing to the world. One company that I mentioned in my talks, and it's one of the most amazing companies in Israel, it's called Zebra Medical Vision. And what these guys are doing is they're using artificial intelligence. We can even watch a short video of them. They're using artificial intelligence in order to improve MRI scans, and by that reduce or prevent cancer, because they find out about it in earlier stages, and it can be valuable for so many other diseases and problems. And maybe we can watch this short video.
6 years ago, very tragically, my wife got ill, and the only real way that she could have survived was to diagnose it earlier and more certainly. And they couldn't. So we lost her a little over 5 years ago. There were no words. It was just the most awful thing. I mean, she was my wife, she was my best friend, and that was the beginning of me looking into the challenge of how do we detect cancers and how do we classify them more certainly, more quickly.
I'm 43 years old. In the last few years, I'm doing a mammogram once a year, and
you guys
those
back here?
3 weeks waiting for the results are the most stressful weeks I had in my life. If I could reduce the amount of time waiting for those results from 3 weeks to a few minutes, it will be very helpful.
Radiologists today are looking at more scans, more slices per scan, and much higher resolution per slice than ever before, and that's only increasing. The number of radiologists isn't changing, and the number of hours in the day isn't changing. And the challenges that radiologists have in this regard is giving an accurate diagnosis in a short period of time. There's a lot of variability, and it takes an immense amount of training to give the right answer.
The bottom line really is that radiologists increasingly are playing a greater and greater role in patient decision-making and patient care. We need to maintain our high level of accuracy, but how do you do that as the volume and complexity continue to go up? And I believe smart solutions, whether you call them artificial intelligence or machine learning, are going to be the key to radiologists being able to continue to serve their patients in a healthy and safe environment.
2 billion people are going to join middle class in the next 7 years. You can't create enough radiologists to support all those 2 billion people.
At Zebra Medical Vision,
we are on a mission to create as many of the machine learning algorithms that will help existing radiologists detect diseases earlier and prevent illnesses and death, but also to help billions of people to get affordable access to healthcare.
So that's one example, and this is something that is much more fulfilling than just having a big paycheck at the end of the day. These guys are helping humanity. Other questions?
It's your time now.
What is your next community?
Next up, we're continuing up the coast to Oregon, and
wow.
Yeah, it's far. It's much further to get from New York here, but Oregon, Washington State, and then we're continuing our trip inland. So Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, all the northern states.
Right. Summertime you go north, wintertime you go south.
Exactly. Any other question, guys? Yes.
So are you able to make a living?
So
Great Jewish question.
It's a grandmother question.
It's a great.
I'm from Jerusalem.
Yeah.
It takes
Yeah. First of all, you're right, you do need money, but something that people don't realize is that you don't need a lot of money. And especially you don't need a lot of money to be happy. And I think that this is, especially in this Western capitalistic society that we live in today, we usually make this equation of, money equals happiness or success or whatever it is. And even though I don't go out into fancy restaurants and, I spend a month maybe $500 or $600 and it all goes into food and gas, I'm one of the happiest people in the world. And so people support my journey. I have a GoFundMe page that Danielle can share, that if you want to contribute and if you want to help, please feel free to do so. But like I said, I don't spend much and I don't need much. It's all the money goes into the gas, the food that we buy, and some mechanical repairs. Yeah.
But now, after you know what was your mistake, you don't have this urge to go back and do it right.
With what?
The business.
I have no aspiration whatsoever to start a business and sell it for millions, to be honest. And this is, yes, it's a physical journey that I'm taking, but it's a very spiritual one as well. And like I said, the fact that living in New York, I was living in the pinnacle of the Wall Street mentality and go-getters and just make as much as you can as fast as you can. And when I live on the road and we're living in an 82 Winnebago, which has a leaky roof and has like numerous motor engine problems, yet we're happy. I don't know. I want to continue doing what I'm doing for the rest of my life. I want to write a book and do a documentary after it, and I want to share with people, maybe in different continents and different countries around the world, this story. But I don't know. I wouldn't. At this point in my life, I wouldn't want to go and start, just a normal, regular business.
And I guess it's hard for people to see it because, we all have our jobs and our careers and our dreams. But in the same time, at the back of our minds, we all want to be maybe like you sometimes, right? But we don't have the courage to do it. What I suggest we do is maybe we'll do like a mingling and then people can ask questions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you want to add something?
So,